And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First down, Vasquez. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Now the first carry for Ronald Jones. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That good for 19 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down. Vasquez. Man open left side. It's Williams. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A give to Jones. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. And on the ground they go with the running back. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On is Chandler Catanzaro now for the Buccaneer field goal. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And the Bucs take a 3-0 lead. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Now after the made field goal, Catanzaro to boot this one away on the kickoff. Jakeem Grant now to return. He'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd and short, Drake. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. 3rd play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Returnable for Lockett. That one in the books as a 64-yard punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, here we go.
They'll pitch it out to Jones. Nifty move. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, at least he was able to break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. Come on, come on, All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On third down, Vasquez. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A good pick up there at 20 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
On first and 10, Vasquez. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Vasquez. And that's going to be incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah. Not
an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Operating from the gun, Vasquez. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. First down, Drake. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Tannehill now on second down. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Tannehill. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder. You think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On first down, Vasquez. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Lucky 56.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Shedding through the tackle. Gets past 1 man. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And they'll go on the ground. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, you know, they do a lot of working against equal.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
They'll start the drive with Drake. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now it's Lockett. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Detroit!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty erases their earlier loss. Now it's 2nd and 8.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Gone.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Off play action. Vasquez drops it to Jones in the flat. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down. Vasquez, a dump underneath to Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Lucky 56. Over.
On 1st and 10, Vasquez, and an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Here we go now. Green 39. Detroit. Watch it now, Barney.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So that one will be accepted. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction.
No, check, Patriot!
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go!
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Clock running. The Bucs trying to go quickly and get set.
Detroit!
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on 2nd down.
No, check, Patriot!
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they don't even need to run a 2nd down play. Give them the 1st.
And typically when we see this jumping, isn't it usually 3rd down, 4th down? They got him on second down. I think that's a lack of discipline.
So now from half the distance closer, here's 1st and goal.
Watch it now, Barney!
The give is to Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bucs are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Catanzaro, and it's now 17-14. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. The return man is Grant. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Drake will start the drive on the ground. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And the Buccaneers have it. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
So we've hit half. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. A beautiful spin and room to run. And a terrific return up to midfield. Now the question, will it stand? There is a marker down. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now it's Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Joey Bosa. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Here's Tannehill. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And take it right on the 30. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little
All right, here we go.
respect and some
3,
gratitude
39,
by scoring some
39.
points.
And to get a little more
Watch it
cushion.
now, Barney, Barney.
They'll run it with Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over. Touch.
Off the play fake. Vasquez. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Over.
Here's Jones. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down. Vasquez. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Pick it up. Gun.
From the gun, Vasquez. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Back to throw. Vasquez flushed out right. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
Operating from the gun, Vasquez. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On first down, Vasquez throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Lucky 56.
Now Jones. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That second down run a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one, and I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at the 20. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Running over the middle by Grant. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, it's Tannehill. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Back now in Tampa. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Let's go. At 20. Go, go. Go, go.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Draw play. Tannehill gives to Drake. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Another carry, same story. 4th quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Off-play action. Vasquez. This is caught. Watkins. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the interception by the Bucs D leads to a touchdown. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, it's Drake. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackle made there by Frank Clark.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
3rd and 2, Tannehill. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Tannehill with a hook up to Parker for the Dolphin first. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Tannehill on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. To throw is Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Over the middle, complete. That's Grant. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. Let's just go ahead and take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Tannehill now, 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Tannehill now to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Derwin James with a pick. Parker the intended target.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jones. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. On the stop, Stephon Anthony with a tackle.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Switch! 51's the mic! 51's the mic! We're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.